of the Scioto Valley, winding up and down the Scioto River. This is 100.9 Hank FM, WXIZ, Waverly, Chillicothe, Knock'em-Stiff, Ohio, USA, a total media station.
It's time for the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show, live from Cardo's Pizza in Waverly on Hank FM WXIZ. Brought to you by Cardo's Pizza of Waverly and Hometown Chevrolet.
And good evening, everybody. Made our way here to Cardo's, another edition of the X's and O's Coaches Show. And if you'll notice, Madman's not here, but your old pal Hank making it in here. Trey Dog got T-Fred down on the opposite end. Also got the Piketon Lady Red Streaks in here tonight and Coach Jason Taylor. And we got a lot going on over here talking about tournament stuff. We'll get to that in just a moment. Also some stuff to do with the Piketon boys and some things we want to talk about with Eastern and Western girls. So either way, you guys have been busy also calling games on the road, at home. It's just been a busy time for everybody.
Yes, it has. By the way, you got me all out of whack here. I got my microphone here on the right side this time, too. Thank you.
Yeah, Freddie, Freddie will attest to this. Trey is used to having the microphone on the other side, so for him, this is completely, it's like a culture shock. He's just completely out of whack right now, just having the mic on the other end. So, so what have you guys been up to? A lot of stuff going on with Waverly before we get started, Freddie?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Looking at just the Tiger, since we're girls' night tonight, I'll start with the Lady Tigers. Let me see here. As soon as I find them.
He's
there
looking.
There we go. Yeah, they've had a rough patch here. They're 8-10 now overall, 2-4 in league play, and they've lost 3 in a row. They lost to West 49-44, South Point 63-44. And the Berg 49-38. Now they played Berg a lot better. We saw Berg, right, Trey? We did that game, and they're the best defensive team I've seen.
Really?
They're that good.
They're really good.
So for Waverly to come within 9 points of them, or 11, that's a victory, a moral victory. It's not a victory, but
And that was even on their court too, Fred.
Yep. And so that's kudos to them. And then as far as the boys go. As soon as I dig them up here, I got them all here. Here we go. The boys are now 7-8, 2-2. They've lost a couple tough ones. They did a great job against West. Went down there and won 53-33. Just absolutely had the big alley-oop dunk with Russell. They just absolutely played one of their best games of the season. And then they've played 2 really good games against undefeated Miami Trace, who's still undefeated. They lost 44-42, and then they lost at Eastern Brown in a squeaker 52-50. So
and we played really good that game.
Played really good.
First half.
Yeah, we had our chances.
Yeah.
So, like I always say, close but no cigar. You got to bounce. You got to bounce back. You got to get over the hump. And hopefully tomorrow night with Berg coming to town at home, and we don't like the Berg. I don't know too many people that do. But with that being said, hopefully the boys will be ready to roll. Had a good practice tonight, so they should be ready.
That's a positive note. Good practice.
Yep, very good practice.
Them fighting words, Freddie, you don't like the Berg?
Don't like the Berg.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Hayden, everything I've been involved in, I've never beat Wheelersburg.
Yeah, he's never beat him.
I've never beat him.
He's due.
Well, where I'm originally from, we beat them all the time. You guys need to get ahead of us.
Well, I know it happens.
Well, I'm going to quickly here, before we get to a couple things, just a couple scores for me for the boys' front for the Piketon Red Streaks. Of course, we beat the Westfall Mustangs at home, 54-45. Coming off, of course, on the road, it was an overtime loss against Westfall, but avenging that at home with a win. A loss to the Southeastern Panthers, who, we talked about them last time I was here. They were tough defensively, and it just showed again, 64-43. And one on the road, which I'm going to talk about here in a little more detail just for a moment. Trey, your old stomping grounds, took on the Peebles Indians. And, well, let's just say that overall, Peebles played a very fast-paced offense in that game, especially in the first half, and even more so in the second half. But you go back and you watch that game. I don't know if there's any camera footage out there of it or not, but you go back and look. Piketon did well holding their own for the first half or so. They had a 2-point lead going into the end of one. And then when you go into halftime, Piketon was down just by a couple possessions, but from there in the second half, it seemed, I don't know if they got exhausted with just the constant substitutions, even still bringing people in and out, and on top of just everything. I don't really know, but the bottom line is Peebles just came back and won big. 69-46 was the final over in Adams County. So we got some other things you're going to look at. Trey, go ahead and get the.
Go over what the girls have been doing.
So let's see here.
Girls.
Yeah, we've had Piketon girls over here. Of course, they took on Uniota last night. T-Fred, can I see that schedule here? To look ahead?
You most certainly, right there.
Thank you. So we had that one. This will refresh my memory here a bit as well. So lost to Uniota, then of course beat Zane Trace. I remember this one, 50-41, and then losing to Huntington, 45-40. Of course, at that point, Piketon made it as high as second place in the SVC in girls basketball, which we were talking before we got on air, with the highest they've been in quite a while.
Well, they also had that the night the lights went out in Piketon.
Yeah, you were there for that one.
I was there for that one.
So
T-Fred and
crazy.
Mike, that's crazy.
So for those watching or listening and don't know exactly what happened, it was against, who was it, Western you were playing or Eastern? It was Eastern. So it was Piketon playing Eastern, the girls game, and what happened was the power went out in the fourth quarter during that game, and T-Fred and Mike, you guys were filling in for me, calling that one. So what Mike had to do is you guys basically had to MacGyver your way back on air.
Yep.
Mike, I don't know if he used a hotspot or what, but bottom line is had to talk through the laptop, and one of the most unique and interesting setups ever, but props to where it's due to our streaming department. The stream never once went off air.
Right.
And that's thanks in part to all the different equipment that they use, which doesn't necessarily involve the power sources there. So that helped them big time.
Yeah, but they finished with half dark, half light.
Yeah, some of the lights came back on.
Like the last 2 minutes of the game or whatever, and Piketon won it down the stretch there. And
then we came in for the boys' game that night, and the power was already back on. There were talks about maybe moving the game to the old gym, and they ended up not doing that. We were able to play it at home. But Ryan was saying he kind of wishes we would have played the game in the old gym for the sake of nostalgia.
Yeah. Now, I coached there, but I never did a game radio-wise there, so I don't know how that would have worked out. I mean, I'm sure they got a spot for you.
All right, so Trey, will get to you in just a moment with some of this stuff going on with boys and girls basketball and some things here in the Western Indians. Also want to shout out Tucker Leist for the Eastern Eagles. He is only 15 points away from the 1,000-point mark. How about that?
Yeah, congrats coming to him, but also congrats out to our boy Cam James
for the Western Indians.
Cam James, congrats on his 1,000th point this past week. So a lot of hoop action.
Congratulations, Cam. That's a big accomplishment.
And Trey, you got your schedule here, your lineup.
Yeah, I got the girls. I got a few girls games tonight. Fairfield at Paint Valley, Wheelersburg at Valley, Waverly at South Webster, Oak Hill at Northwest, West at Menford, Eastern at Sam's Valley, Western at South Gallia. And then you got boys games from last night. You got White Oak 78, Ripley 59, Notre Dame 58, New Boston 51, Chillicothe 57, Hillsborough 54, Wellston 50, Trumbull 45, Rock Hill 58, Oak Hill 39, Fairland 70, Portsmouth 43, South Point 59, Green 32. And now here's some girls. Is this
last night?
Last night too. Unioto beat Piketon 59-21. Westfall over Fairfield 46-44. Huntington over River Valley 38-29. Notre Dame over Clay 56-33. McLean over Chillicothe 60-11.
Wow.
It's crazy.
What was the score there for that one?
60-11.
Oh, boy. I heard Chillicothe was down on their luck this year, but wow, 60-11, the final score over there. Wow.
And then Logan Elm over Washington 46-36. Jackson over South Webster 53-35.
That's their first win of the season.
Jackson?
That's Jackson's. I didn't realize they won. That is their first win of the season, so congrats out to them.
Well, they put up 53 points. Circleville over Miami Trace 49-16.
No score on East and Western.
The girls aren't so as good as the boys, are they?
No, huh?
Seems like it takes forever for some of those scores from East to come in. I've noticed that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, here's some boys basketball from Tuesday. Jackson over Unioto 60-46. Peoples over Piketon 69-46. Huntington over Radina 58-47. Valley over Paint Valley 63-26. Miami Trace over Wilmington 72-43. Hillsborough over Lynchburg Clay 64-55. Eastern Brown over Waverly 52-50. South Webster over West, 65-40. Greenup County over Wheelersburg, 55-52.
Close one over there.
And then
No, that's the last one right there.
And then the last one, Memphis over Bloom Carroll,
And that one.
57-41. Bloom Carroll 41, and then Eastern over Western, 57-56.
And on the subject of the Western Indians, this is the last thing I was going to talk about. In subject to them, also, of course, I was going to shout out Cam James for the 1,000-point mark. But also a cool thing that the Western Indians done. T-Fred, you know a little more about this subject than I do. Just a wee bit before my time, I think. But doing a retirement ceremony at Western High School. Instead of a jersey retirement, retiring a suit and tie in memory of the former coach, Hecky Thompson.
Yeah, Henderson, Hecky Thompson, great coach, great man. He led them to the Final Four in 1968. I was at that game. They lost, unfortunately, to Mansfield St. Peter's 73-70, and it was a heck of a ball game. And honestly, if they'd have won that game, they would have won a state because Mansfield absolutely destroyed the team they played the next day. So kudos to Coach Thompson, and of course Doug Williams is related. He's in that family of the Thompsons.
I believe someone said it was his grandfather.
Yeah, and they honored him. They used to wear back in the day. They had sports jackets, and theirs was a green, of course, a real pretty green. It had I think the Indian head on the left lapel. But I can remember them. They had them setting up at the state. It was at St. John Arena. They had them setting at the state, and in their Tip Long was on that team. But anyway, they would sit there in them green jackets, and then they'd come and got them. And if I remember right, Bobby Thompson, who graduated from Waverly, he was at Ohio State playing basketball. He was their chauffeur, so to speak, for that. He took them to the locker room and all that stuff. But anyway, I remember watching them march down in there in the green jackets, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And that was the thing back in the 60s and 70s. Matter of fact, Waverly used to have the orange jackets. And when I got up to varsity, my junior year, they bagged it. They done away with it, and I was so mad because I wanted to wear one of them orange jackets. But anyway, it is what it is. But congrats to the Thompson family and coach.
Now, T-Fred, didn't Latham have a very good baseball team that year too?
They might have. I don't know. That's something I don't know, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But before, since we're talking Western, let's go over the girls and the boys records and what they've got coming up real quick. And then we'll hit Eastern, and then we've got everybody covered. The girls still looking for that first win, 0-14, 0-6. Coach Thompson doing a great job out there. Just keep working them. The last three games they played, Northwest, they lost 57-24, Eastern 61-21. And Oak Hill was a battle. It got beat 30-18. And their next game is going on tonight. Today is the 29th, right?
Right, who are they taking on? Well,
Today's the 30th.
30th.
So they
Today's
played
30th.
East last night, and we don't have a score on that because you read it, remember?
Right, so who's next for them?
Next after that is South Gallia.
Got
and
it.
that's Friday. No. That's tonight. South Gallia, they're at South Gallia tonight. Today's the 30th, right?
Yeah, so they're playing
today
South
is.
Gallia tonight.
That's South Gallia now. As far as the boys go, under Coach Doug Williams, they're 8-5 and 1-3 in league play. They beat Western Brown 72-64, and they lost to Eastern 57-56 in a thriller. And Friday night, we've got senior night out at Latham, and they got Oak Hill Oaks coming to town. So
One thing I wanted to mention about the Eastern-Western game as well, the Military Appreciation Night. Did you see the alternative jerseys that they pulled out for the Military Appreciation? Yeah, went back and
is
watched.
it like the things in football, too? Same
Almost,
kind of
yeah.
deal?
They pulled out different jerseys. It looked like Eastern went for like maybe almost a blackish-looking jersey. You go back and watch, of course, on our live stream, you can see it. But they pulled out different jerseys for their Military Appreciation Night. It was actually a really cool sight to see. Now, you got the Eastern, speaking of them.
Yeah, speaking of Eastern, Darren King, I did a game over there the other night, South Gallia, and it was not pretty. He was missing a starter, and they're 6-10, 2-3. They've won 2 out of their last 3, but South Gallia hurt them 71-40. They beat Western 61-21, and they beat New Boston 58-56. So Darren's got them going the right direction. Their next game is, well, they played Oak Hill. We didn't have a score. Did they beat Oak Hill?
I don't have a score for that one.
Trey's
Do you see
probably
one, Trey?
Well, let me see here if I do or not.
He's over here scouring for a score for the Eastern
Oak
Oak
Hill
Hill
and
game.
Eastern. Well,
I
they're
thought-
either
I'll look that one up, Freddie.
yeah,
I'll Google
they're
it.
either
and see if I
6
can
and
find
10 or 7 and 10 or
thought
6 and 11. I'm pretty sure it's on there somewhere.
I
But
thought
anyway.
I said Oak Hill.
it. Let's see. There's Rock Hill and Oak Hill, the boys.
Yeah, it's boys. The
So let's
girls
go back to the girls. You had them a moment ago. These are the ones coming up. It'd be the next
yeah,
page.
right there.
Next, you got it.
I don't even see it on the schedule over here. I'm double checking. No, it's not on
I
here.
don't have it.
Yep. Well, who knows what happened? But anyway, we don't have that. But boys wise, 13 and 2 are the boys under Ethan Lice. 5 and 1. Congrats to Tucker hitting 8 3-pointers the other night, and then he did hit the game winner against Western, a 3-pointer. So they're looking good. They're very strong. They've won 3 in a row. Beat Oak Hill 58-46, Sims Valley 64-45, and Western in that thriller 57-56. Friday nights, they got South Gallia coming to town. So good luck to the Eagles.
All right, and also we got our trivia, as always. T-Fred normally comes up with them, but I decided with it being a Piketon Red Streaks broadcast, I decided I would maybe come up with one. I'll give credit to Jared Vogelmore, my partner for this one. He gave it to me. So here's the trivia question, and first the number to text. And what's the prize, T-Fred? Is it a large pizza?
Large one-item pizza.
Large one item. If you can guess this, the number is 740-988. 0714. Text Hank at 740-988-0714. The question is, and this is the boys, who is Piketon's all-time assist leader? If you can answer that question, and don't you dare raise your hand back there, Jason Taylor. So here's the question. First person to answer who is Piketon's all-time assist leader will get a free one-item pizza from Cardo's. And don't you dare go. Look at you. I see you go over there spreading the secret. Yeah, just because you know it. I mean, that's cheating. You have an unfair advantage, too.
Now, what happened last time was they told the answer, and they texted their mom, and their mom called in and got the right answer. Isn't that right, Fred?
That's
Make
what
sure I got
we're
my
doing.
cell
That's
phone
what
at the hand
happened.
here.
Yeah.
He swears it. The boy swears it didn't happen,
Yeah,
but it did.
It did.
So
That's
good.
all right.
Yeah,
Hey, if he wins it, he wins it.
yeah.
We want people to enjoy
Yeah.
a delicious Cardo's pizza. I don't care how you get to it. I mean,
It
if you
is
win
delicious.
the trivia,
Too.
he's got Davis Ramey. Has got a great place going here with the axe throwing and all the game room, and just plenty. Good ice cream for dessert. That's one thing, girls. We do not. We do that on your own.
And also pay for arcade games.
Yeah. It's, another thing. Oh, thanks also Chevrolet for sponsoring the.
All right. So we're going to get to Coach Jason Lane here in a couple minutes. Take ourselves a quick couple-minute commercial break, and we'll be back here on him. Keep it locked in.
Southwest Street in Piketon, they're your trusted auto repair shop for over 30 years of experience. Open oil changes to alignments, new tires, and even mobile tire service. They've got you covered. Wherever you are, call 740-289-4268 or stop by Quick Stop Lube and Tire, where great service meets community pride.
The Glockner family of dealer mile powertrain coverage included on Glockner Auto Credit will finance your future, not your past. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
Are you looking for a fresh look at a great price? Head over to Great Clips in Waverly. Whether you're ready for a special occasion or just need a trim, our expert stylists are ready to give you the perfect haircut. Fast, affordable, and always with a smile. No appointment? No problem. At Great Clips, walk-ins are always welcome. Plus, download our app to check in online and skip the wait. Great Clips wishes all county teams the best of luck this season. And remember, it's gonna be great. Are you delicious? Look no further. Carry out or delivery. Download the Cardo's Pizza app today and visit us at our new location. With dinner and entertainment at Cardo's Pizza of Waverly, if you love pizza, you'll love
Listening to the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show, live from Cardo's Pizza in Waverly. Here on Hank. I'm you part of the town.
Back here, those hopefully through clear. So we got this going on here. The X's and O's show got done talking about some things on an eastern surrounding area. I know the streaks are going to be on the road taking on the. We'll have that one tomorrow, and so either way, we got Coach Taylor here. We'll get the and look at it 5 with Adina, Alexander, this long spin, Eggs, Lexington, Adams, Northwest, Oak Hill, Portsmouth, Valley, South Eastern, well, Union will West Falls and Trace. The quarter at 5 o'clock, also the Waverly downtown gym. We'll talk about the boys here later when it comes to this. But speaking of the girls, we got Coach Jason Taylor over here for the Pike County Lady Red Streaks. Getting close to tournament to be playing.
Well, right now, with everything going to shake up tonight, there's, I think, 5 games taking place of the teams right around us, so it could change. But right now, we look to be sitting around the 11 seed, which means we'd play the 14. And right now, West Union occupies that. But like I said, they play tonight. And then, so, you know, the team in front of us, Chesapeake, plays tonight. Ironton right behind us plays. Westfall, I think, is idle. Then West Union plays tonight as well, so it could change up.
Okay, Coach, got a question for you.
Yes.
Now, how do you like this new format where you just do it on the computer instead of going to like a room and then all the coaches get together and kind of rate everybody?
I don't mind the rating system. Unfortunately, I think it needs. It's so new, it still needs tweaked. Right now, they take 3 different parts of it. There's 40% is your winning percentage. 40% is your opponent's winning percentage, and then 20% is your opponent's winning percentage. And a league like a High Valley Conference with Chesapeake, and that's who we're fighting for that 10 spot, Ironton and those guys, they play in a league with Fairland and Portsmouth, who are 1 and 2 in the drawing right now.
Yeah, see?
So, and that gives them a lot of points, even getting beat by them. When a team plays them again, another league team that they beat, they end up getting points from them as well. So,
well, see, I kind of like that better because when you get like when I was at Peebles, we coached and I was there. You kind of lobbied with all the rest of the coaches, like I want to be putting this
right.
You can't do that on the new system.
I
kind of
think
like that more.
There are some parts of the state that let you put where you want to be as a seed, and then when everything shakes out, then it doesn't really get voted on, but you get a chance to put yourself at a seed.
Yeah.
So I need to look into that more, but it's new, it's different, and you know what? It's just we got to roll with whatever happens.
Well, it's a lot less of what you got to do. I mean,
yeah,
it's
ease of use, that is for sure. I'm
yeah.
sitting here looking at it right now. So,
So, Coach, we're going to talk about a few other things here. Of course, first and foremost, definitely a good season, all things considered, for the Red Streaks in the SVC, ranking higher than the last few years. And then on top of that, a couple big wins this year. So there's been some good things this season. But last night, of course, taking on the toughest team in the Sino Valley Conference by far, Uniota. And that was a rough one for you guys, looks like.
it was. We thought we were prepared, and we were. But we watched film on them, and we've played against them, for several years now, these girls have. And we knew their ability, but we thought maybe we might be able to. Adina played them really tight a couple nights ago, and I think that kind of woke them up. And I think their coach was like, hey, listen, Piketon beat Adina twice. Adina just stayed within 6 points of you guys. You better come out focused, and they did. I mean, they're long and athletic, and they got shooters, and we got shooters, but we couldn't get the range because their length was just so hard to get around.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of the girls on that team, like Hamilton Smith, who's past the 1,000-point mark.
Yeah.
Definitely hard to compete with a team like that. But it's one of those things. I mean, that's just what you're talking about. The SVC is one of the toughest conferences in this area, in my opinion. And you look, boys, girls, it seems like almost always tough. And Uniota, they're always at the very top of the food chain, no matter what.
Well, right now they're on a roll. They've had some kids, that they've developed into stuff, and a couple other kids that's transferred early in their career. So I'm not blaming transfers, but he's got a good program rolling up there, and kids want to gravitate to it, and I get it. They run a solid program. They're right near Chillicothe, so it's kind of an attractive place if you're a kid. Sometimes you want to move to. So it's the way it is nowadays. It's hard on an old guy like me to see it, but it is what it is.
I heard they had some D1 players.
The Smith girl, Miley Smith, she's a junior. She's probably 5'10", legit.
And she's really
she
good
can,
then.
yeah. There's hardly any weakness to her game.
Inside and outside.
Yeah,
I mean, hits them from everywhere.
And she's athletic, can jump. I mean, she's the real deal. And if she continues to develop, she'll have a good career in college.
Well, that's good.
All right. Yeah, so talking about, of course, we were there just the other night for senior night. We're going to talk about this girls program a little bit for those not as familiar with the Piketon Red Streaks program this year. A lot of these girls we were talking about and coach have been with you for quite a while now. Some of them have been with you the whole time, the last 4 years.
Yes, this is my fourth full year, so I've had, when they were freshmen, Abriel and Danny and Livia were on the team. Ashton came a couple years later, but it's been fun to coach them. They're a blessing. They're great kids. You come from great families, so it just makes it easy on you. So.
Right. You mean, I've seen some of these girls play, especially, out on the floor. I mean, I ain't going to name names because, there's so many of them I could talk about. And it's one of those things, I don't necessarily want to single anybody out either. But if we do have to talk about some of them, you just see it. And I have enjoyed watching these girls all year, just from my perspective at home. And normally I've been blessed with winning games with the girls this year. So it's been fun overall watching Piketon. So either way, Coach, I know a lot of these girls, they do a lot of other different things. I've noticed this may have been a better question for Coach Kelly, but I've noticed he couldn't make it. But I've noticed some of these other girls, they do some basketball stuff outside of Piketon during the winter. Of course, Layla, she comes to mind. I think she does some travel basketball.
She's on the AAU team, yes. The Arctic Rush.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So, they play basketball, some of these girls, year-round, and some of them are involved in multiple sports, right?
Oh, absolutely. Jalen actually helps out and plays a lot with the Arctic Rush during the summer. They all play some sort of travel, something, maybe volleyball and maybe softball. They're all involved in all kind of activities. Matter of fact, sometimes they're too busy because during the summer we had a hard time rounding some of them up because they have so many activities. But they're involved. They play softball. Some run track. They're involved and a lot of them play volleyball. So it's good.
So it sounds like you guys start pretty early. Then you're talking about the summertime, and it seems like you guys are getting a head start pretty early when it comes to preparing for the upcoming season.
Yeah, the league or the OHSAA gives you 10 days during the summer to participate in things, and we try to take advantage of it. But then we also try to remember their kids. And they got families and parents, and
sometimes they don't necessarily plan their own schedules, especially during the summertime.
And in this class, it's kind of funny is we got 4 seniors, but everybody else after that, only one of them can drive. So if they're going to get there, somebody's got to bring them. So you got to remember the parents too when you're scheduling stuff like that. So.
So which one of them's a designated Uber driver?
I'm not sure. I think Danny Ritchie gives rides and live. Maybe all 3 of them that I know of it.
Yeah, it's like Uber, Lyft, either or.
Yeah.
So, that's good on them for doing all that. So, we have, 4 seniors this year on the
4
program?
4 seniors, yes.
Of course, Olivia Farmer, let's see here, Ashton Wolf, April Johnson, and who's the one I'm missing?
Danny Ritchie.
Danny Ritchie.
You can't forget Danny.
Yeah, of course, I got those 4. Can't forget her, no. And then you look at some of these other girls ahead, of course, like Forbes and Kelly, and it's exciting to know that we got more time with them.
Yes, it's hard to imagine that they're just sophomores because, it feels like they've been, I'm sure there's some coaches out there going, how old are they? Kind of like Smith was when she was a freshman. We're like, how many more years you got? You're looking at your calendar.
It depends. If you're the team, you want them to be there for as long as possible.
Right.
But if you're the opponent, it's
you're like,
can
hurry
I
up.
just speed up already so they can get out of here so we can get to the next group already?
Yep.
But you look at those girls, like I said, Layla, she's one I'll talk about. She's been honored quite a few different times by different newspapers, organizations, player of the year, player of the week numerous times, should I say. And she's just had herself a great season, great basketball IQ. I cannot say enough about Layla.
I mean, that's one thing we talk about it all the time is you've got to be an assistant coach on the floor. I need all 5 of you to understand what we want, because as a coach, we can't holler at everything and change everything on the fly. You guys have to do that, and a lot of them they've developed a lot of that basketball IQ, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, it's exciting that we've got her for a couple more years.
Yes.
And then looking ahead, I'm going to ask you this question, and this has not necessarily to do with the girls. It does, but it doesn't. I'm going to have you settle this one, okay? I was going to ask Coach Kelly about this one, but I didn't get the chance to. So we had Leighton Kelly up for the boys post-game when they won over Westfall, and we asked him who he think would win in a shoot-off between himself and his sister. Now, here's why we asked it. So, time out with Leighton. Because Leighton says, like, who do you think taught her that shot? And so that was the debate. Which one of them would win in a shoot-off? And it's one of those things, it's kind of hard to pick.
It really is. I mean, it's funny. Just Coach Kelly and I talk all the time about it, and he's worked with those 2 kids, and they've developed great shots themselves. But I got to go with Layla. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, you got a little bit of coaching bias there.
Yeah,
maybe
just a little bit. I'm gonna take the kids on my team.
Nothing wrong with that.
So looking ahead of the season here for the Red Streaks, got 3 more games, all on the road in conference, but nonetheless on Saturday, that's when the tournament drawing is.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what we can expect going ahead for the Red Streaks.
Well, we got at Paint Valley Saturday, and then the third Monday with Southeastern at their place, and then Wednesday we finish up with Westfall. So we ended up with 4 road games on the end of the season. We've actually been spoiled. That's the first time we've been on a bus since we went to Adena almost 3 weeks ago.
You guys have been able to avoid the bus that long, huh?
It was funny. We were away for a little bit at the beginning, and then we went home all through the middle, and then at the end, now we're all away.
Seems like it was almost that way with the boys, too. Just like there was that long gap in mid-January where it seems like we were all just home, and there was almost home games every day, it felt like, in Piketon. And now we're at the point now where it's like we're always on the road and don't get any rest because we're out traveling all the time.
Yes, I mean, you don't realize how uncomfortable a bus is. You remember when you get back on one.
Especially them long bus rides.
And we've got a couple. I mean, Southeastern's not too bad, but Westfall's a trip.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look in the Side Valley Conference, there's all these schools just like in this little vicinity. Then there's Westfall.
Yes.
Westfall all the way out near Pickaway County in that area. That's a haul. It can be, especially when you're over in Piketon.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, that's just quite the heck of a trip to make. So, Coach, overall, just looking at these girls over here, I mean, glad you brought them along here. On talking about the pizza, looks like they're all enjoying that. I don't see any pizza left.
There's a little bit, but not much. They've done a pretty good job.
Looks like the extra topping pizzas, the ones that T-Fred got with the mushrooms, those are already gone. Oh, those are already still here, should I say. It's mostly the pepperoni and the meat lovers that are already gone. And, well, I am proven wrong. When he came in here with the pop, the Pepsi, the Mountain Dew, the Diet Mountain Dew, which was only for one person, he's over here monkey in the middle. So you look,
I had to buy it on my own.
He bought it on his own. It was out of pocket, his own money. So I will say, T-Fred, you proved me wrong. The Dr. Pepper is gone before anything else. See, that was one of those things, because I'm not a big Dr. Pepper guy. And I was thinking, no one's going to drink that. And what do you know? There's still plenty of Pepsi and Mountain Dew left, and the Dr.
That's
Pepper's
all my kids
gone.
want to drink is Dr. Pepper. It's hilarious.
Ugh.
I don't like it either.
So normally, it seems like on Wednesdays when we have this show, Coach, normally you guys play on Wednesdays when the LA team's in the area and also practicing a lot. So, I mean, just overall, hopefully, so, I mean, what's the mentality, though, going in the rest of the season? You're this close to tournament. You know we're probably going to be at home. But at this point, you definitely don't want to slow down, no slacking. You know, you still got to keep going.
Right. We talked about it tonight. I'm not sure. I got a text out to Coach Carino. I don't know, T-Fred, if you know when the last time Piketon girls basketball finished in the top 2 or 3 of the SVC, but it's been a while. Yeah. And these girls are sitting tied for second with 3 league games to go. I told them they got a chance to make, put their mark on history and be that team to, hold on. And then we control our own destiny. Coach Tom said that tonight. Listen, you play 3 games, you win those 3 games, you are in second place. So, and then, looking forward, they call it the quarterfinal. All right. So there's 3 actual, they call it quarterfinal and then semifinal and then district final. But I'm calling that quarterfinal a sectional final.
Okay, I got a question for you,
Yeah.
Coach. The first game of the tournament, you get a home game, correct?
The higher seed does.
Or the
yes.
higher seed. Okay. Now, where's the next venue you go to?
Would be Waverly for the visit.
Downtown
Waverly.
gym.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, for you guys, for Waverly on the girls' front, it's Southeastern.
It's
Yeah,
Southeastern.
Southeastern Ross.
So that's
yes.
still not a bad little trip.
Yes. No.
So the downtown gym, at least you guys won't have to go far past the first
I think it's
game
up on the hill, though, isn't it? It might be.
It says here, as we have right
Is
here,
it downtown?
It says Waverly Downtown Gym.
Okay, well, I know last
that's
year we
from
played
the-
North Adams up on the
Now,
hill.
dude,
And this is directly from the OHSAA's
Okay, well,
website.
they
So
probably know
still
better.
Just a hop and jump and a skip down
Oh,
23.
yeah.
So thankfully, you don't have to worry about long trips just yet if we get past the first round.
Exactly.
Now,
So-
will you just play the well, I'm gonna say district semis because that's kind of what it is. You got sectional final and then district semis, but they got it worded different on there now.
Yeah, it's quarterfinal, which I'm calling it the sectional
Yeah,
final.
now
That
do
way
you-
we can put a number on the board when we win it.
Now, do you play two games at Waverly and then go somewhere else?
I
or-
don't know where the regionals are, but the two games would be at Waverly,
Okay,
the semis
okay.
and the finals.
Well, Coach, thank you for having us. And also,
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for coming in, and thank you for giving us the time of day. And it's one of those things, of course, we've been trying to get you for a while. We had to move the day to make it happen.
I appreciate you doing that, guys. You don't understand.
Oh, it's no
these
problem
girls.
at all.
I mean, they may not. They'll giggle and act like they're shy and all that, but I tell you, they like it. They like the attention.
You wait till we get them over here on the mic.
Yeah, they'll clam up
yeah.
on you a little bit.
We'll
but-
get to them here in just a moment. We're going to take a commercial before
Yes.
that. But one thing I will say, Coach, is we don't do the away games, but I'm excited to get back with you guys on the tournament. Hopefully we have a long trip. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. A nice long run would be great.
Oh, I'm hoping so. So thank you, Coach Taylor,
Thank
for
you
coming
again.
on. Again, the trivia question, who is,
Thank
and
you.
Coach, do not answer this.
Okay.
Again, the trivia
Still out
question,
there,
who
huh?
is the all-time assist leader for Piketon? The number to answer that, 740, text the number, by the way, 740-988. 0714. Again, 740-988-0714. We're going to take a 2-minute commercial break, and we'll be back with some of these Piketon girls here in just a moment on the X's and O's Coaches Show.
At Hometown Chevrolet, they're proud to support local sports in our community. They call it Hometown Advantage. Not only are they cheering for your team, but they're offering unbeatable deals like free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty on most vehicles in stock. Browse their new Chevrolet inventory and discover amazing discounts today at yourhometownchevy.com. Because at Hometown Chevrolet, it's all about hometown people, hometown prices. That's the Hometown Advantage. Come see them in Waverly right on U.S. Highway 23.
Remember a loved one with warmth, with affection, and a family tribute.
When I lost Janet, I was a bit lost myself, but the funeral home made all the difference.
If you're making funeral arrangements, talk to our caring staff. We will see to every detail and make a trying time a family tribute. Boyer Funeral Home, located in Waverly and Piketon.
G&J Seal Coating offers top-of-the-line services including commercial and residential asphalt seal coating, crack sealing, and parking lot striping. G&J Seal Coating is a locally owned, fully insured company that you can trust. Contact G&J Seal Coating at 740-835-7792. That's 740-835-7792. Or visit them online at gnjsealcoating.com for your free estimate today.
When it comes to buying or selling your home, experience matters. For 28 years, Todd Harris has been helping families make the right move. As the longest tenured realtor in town, Todd has the expertise, negotiation skills, and local market knowledge to get the results you deserve. Whether you're buying your dream home or selling for top dollar, Todd Harris Realty has a track record to make it happen. Call 947-7677 today or stop into the office to start your next chapter with Todd Harris Realty.
You're listening to the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show, live from Cardo's Pizza in Waverly, right here on Hank FM 100.9 WXIZ, and brought to you by Cardo's Pizza of Waverly and Hometown Chevrolet.
And back here at Cardo's Pizza for the X's and O's Coaches Show. Trey has disappeared for a little bit to go eat some pizza. T-Fred's still off there eating. Got some Piketon Lady Red Streaks eating as well. Coach Taylor is somewhere. He has disappeared into the great unknown. But we got a couple of the Lady Red Streaks here. Of course, we got Chloe, and we've also got Ashton here at the end. Ashton, going to start with you. You're the senior. So we were talking a little bit during senior night about you. Of course, you've been part of the program consistently for the last couple of years since rejoining from, you said, junior high, right?
Yes.
So you rejoined in junior high. And, of course, on top of that, you've been playing the last couple of years. And overall, just a late addition to the team. And so I'm sure that was a big adjustment, though. I mean, you're what? When did you join your junior year?
Mm-hmm.
So you're a junior and you're coming in, okay? Like basically straight into the oven, you could say. And that had to be difficult being that old in high school and starting right away like that.
Oh, yeah, it was, because I was used to not getting much playing time in junior high, and then I went to fast-paced basketball with a bunch of people that's played for years, so it was a lot of hard work.
So what made you decide to go back?
Going to my little sister's game and just watching her play really made me miss being out there on that court.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that's one of those things, sentimental things like that. They do make a difference. And just talking about yourself, of course, you've seen some time playing here. You got to start. That had to be exciting for a senior night. You got to start in that game. And just looking at you and everything. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. We talked a little bit. Of course, you go to Pike County CTC, right?
Yeah, I do. I take culinary.
Culinary, and you're wanting to, is that what you want to do for a career, cooking, or just being
I'm
involved?
looking into criminal justice.
Criminal justice?
Yeah, culinary is a backup plan.
It's one of those things, because I talk about it a lot. I mean, to me, academics are just as important in a lot of ways as the athletics are. So some of my questions and stuff like this tend to be more focused on that. It's just one of those things, because I like to also, show off the different things that high school kids are doing. And, of course, with you being part of the CTC, talking about vocational education, it's one of those things that nowadays you don't necessarily, and now this is not knocking college by any stretch, but nowadays you don't necessarily need it when you got stuff like this with CTC. So overall, I mean, have you thought about, after hers, of course, any college plans for you, any commitments yet?
Hopefully Shawnee, but I'm waiting to hear back.
Shawnee, so have you put in for any other colleges, just Shawnee State at this point?
I'm going to do more research and go from there.
And it's good to do more research. I mean, you want to make sure you make the right decision.
Oh, yeah.
So, Chloe, now we're going to get to you. You are what grade?
11th.
You're 11, so you're a junior. So you got one more in the program. How long have you been involved in Piketon basketball?
5 years.
5 years, beginning, of course, in junior high for you, and you've been sticking to the program. You play, of course, you see some time during the JV games, don't you?
Yeah, I've started a few games this year.
I've noticed that with JV starting a few times. So just overall, I mean, tell us a little bit about your experience playing for Piketon and just anything you want to talk about.
It's been fun, just some here and there running, and then, we have some hard times up and down with wins and losses, but then whenever we win, it's fun.
Oh, yeah, I mean, winning's always fun, right? I mean, that's the best way to describe it. I mean, winning is probably the best feelings in the world, I would say, huh? I mean, but I will say, you do take a thing or two away from defeat sometimes. You learn a thing or two, and sometimes it's a lesson learned the hard way. So, I mean, there are lessons to be learned from all that. So just overall, I mean, tell us what it's like working here with Coach Taylor, Coach Kelly. You want to say anything about them? We're going to single them out. They got that look on your face. Ashton down here.
Nice, or
oh,
do we be mean?
I don't know, Coach. She wants to take it easy, but we'll see. I asked her what it's like working with you. Video overall, I mean, I'm sure it's a blast.
Yeah, I'm joking. It's really nice to work with Coach Taylor, Coach Kelly, and Coach Walt. They're all they're all good coaches, and they all put their work into it. They miss work to do it, and they put their heart and soul into playing basketball.
That's one thing, especially with Coach Kelly. He'll take off work a little bit, taking a timeout. Okay, so we want to repeat for the trivia number here real quick. The number for the trivia question is 988-0714. And well, they've got people on the phone. Yeah, that's cheating. Well, I'd say, hey, it's bringing people in. Hey, I mean, I can't complain too much about it. We got people, and oh boy, my phone is blowing up. And we've got someone calling here, 222. All right, so let me see if I can connect this thing to Bluetooth, and we're going to see what happens here. All right, tell them if they want to do this, they can call back in just a moment. I did in a moment because I had to connect my phone to Bluetooth. So let me turn on this handy-dandy Bluetooth button and see if we can pair us with Bluetooth. And I got a text here, and they want to win this large one-topping pizza. I think this is a text, and this is funny. Okay, so they're saying Carrie Steffi, which we're talking about the boys. The question is the all-time assist leader for the boys. So the Carrie Steffi would be correct if we were talking about the girls, but we are talking about the boys with this. Turn it on Bluetooth. Bear with me here for just a moment. This thing is going to power on, and we're going to work on this. But stay tuned with us. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Here we go. Let's connect to the Roadcaster. Connecting. Stay on the line. We're going to connect to this. And hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So you want to go ahead and answer this trivia question?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and tell me.
Evan Legg.
Bingo.
446. Yep.
You got it.
08 to 11.
08 to 11. You got it. Wait, what's your name?
Keith Shanks.
Hey, Shanks, I got it. All right, so you got the number right here. All right, come to Cardo's and you'll get your one-topping pizza. You win the trivia.
All right.
You take care. So what do you know? Got this, and we called him in, got the answer. It's correct. Evan Legg is the answer to the trivia. So thank you to Mr. Shanks for calling in that one. So there you go. But back to this, Chloe. We didn't expect to have that happen the way it did.
Oh, we did not.
No, but hey, that's fun. That's the fun part about this. I have Bluetooth capability on here. I wanted to see if we can make it happen, but he got the answer. It is Evan Legg. So he wins the one-topping pizza. Congratulations to him. But overall, as we were talking about, so on top of this, what do you do? Are you involved in any clubs, organizations in school, anything outside of basketball, any other sports, anything?
I'm in soccer, basketball, track, and powerlifting.
Powerlifting?
I am in, I think, 7 different clubs. And I go to the CTC as well for engineering technology.
That's one thing I saw talking about powerlifting, because they've won state championships for girls powerlifting around here and boys just power numerous times. That's one thing I noticed right away about Piketon, just countless state championships in powerlifting. Not many schools around here have a powerlifting program.
Yeah, not many.
No. So I got you two right here. Anyone you'd like to shout out? Family, friends, anyone who might be watching?
No, not really.
Ashton, Chloe, anybody?
My mom and my boyfriend, they've inspired me a lot and kept me going.
Your mom and your boyfriend? All right. So we can see if we can get a couple other girls over here in a moment. Hey, Freddie, see if any of these other girls are ready to go. Anyone?
Seniors.
Seniors, anybody? We're still getting phone calls about, there we go. We're still getting, the trivia question was answered.
Trivia question has been answered. Quit calling.
Hey, okay, now it's fine. So we got 2 more coming up here. And all right, so you girls ready to come up and switch places?
Come on, get the headphones.
Come on, you go. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
That feels so weird.
The lines are shining. No pressure. Not at all. See if we can get you girls going here. Got. All right. So as I was telling Coach Taylor earlier when we came in, it's a lot easier to identify you girls when you got jersey numbers on, and I'm looking down from an elevated view. So you are?
Jalen Forbes.
Got Jalen. Okay, now I know who you are. And then you're, of course, Danny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got that one right. One of the seniors over here, Danny. We were talking, of course, during senior night. Jalen, you heard us talking about you singing your praises just a moment ago. You're a lot of fun to watch. I've got to admit, you, Layla, a lot of these girls, I have a blast watching you girls out on the court. And, of course, you're also involved with other things such as softball. We'll get to that in a little bit. But just with you, so tell us just a little bit about yourself. How long you been in basketball?
I don't really know. I've been since I was little. I remember 3rd grade.
So, yeah, you've been in it for quite a while now. Consistently?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's good. I mean, you stick to it for that long. And they say the younger you start, the better you are when you get older, because the more you pick up, the more you learn.
Mm-hmm.
So, overall, we're talking about working with Coach Taylor, Coach Kelly, and I got it. I can do what I can here about it. Let's turn you guys up just a little bit. So, overall, just so tell us again. So, on top of that, any school, like I asked the rest of them, any organizations you're involved with in school, anything?
Like.
Anything, just like clubs, activities, other sports. I mentioned softball, but just let's start with clubs, academic activities, anything?
I'm in the Red Streaks for Christ.
Red Streaks for Christ?
The Spanish Club.
So tell us a little bit. I've never heard of that one, the Red Streaks for Christ organization. Tell us a little bit about that.
We just do like little Bible studies and rides every morning, like every Friday.
Well, that's nice, Bible studies. And, of course, you, Jalen, I mean, not Jalen, but Danny, sorry about that. So talking about you, of course, I know you're the one that was involved in numerous organizations, clubs, activities. One of them being, of course, something that's started, I believe, not that long ago over in Piketon, the Drug Free Club.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, so tell us a little bit about that. What do you guys do over in that? Put you on the spot here.
The only thing we've done so far is test for it.
Really?
So I'm sure we'll do a lot of community service.
Community service. So you're a senior. Let me ask you the same thing. I'm just asking everyone the same things because this is just, all right. So how long have you been involved in basketball?
I started my sophomore year, but I did play biddy ball.
Play baseball, of course, and then you, and then Jace is your brother, right?
Yeah.
I thought so through the boys, and I've seen him play as well. And so now let me ask you this: we were talking about Leighton and Layla, who would win in a shootout between you and Jace.
Jace.
Think Jace would beat you?
Yeah.
Oh well,
I don't think so.
you put yourself on the spot like that. Come on, you got to show some more confidence.
He's a shooter.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe defensively you could just block it from him, stop him from shooting it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Hey. So just again, so tell us a little bit about your experience with the Piketon Red Streaks. Of course, you've been on the varsity program for a little while now, but just overall, tell us about it. I mean, just your experience. Anything you want to talk about? Any stories you want to tell?
Nothing I could think of. I mean, it's always fun.
Just what about? Okay, so tell us. I mean, what's it like working with Coach Taylor, Coach Kelly? We were asking all of them. I'm definitely not trying to corner Coach Taylor at all here. Just he's over here like, oh, whatever.
They always make it fun, even though, like, sometimes we have to be really serious.
So looking forward, of course, you got 3 more games this season, talking about the 3 ahead on the road. Look forward to those. And then the tournament, guys. You guys excited for that and looking forward to it? And it looks like guys will get a home game, which for you would mean another game at home. I mean, senior night's not it for you, so you get another opportunity. And it's always better when you're playing at home, right?
Right.
It just definitely is. So anyone else want to take a crack here? We're going to take a commercial break here, and anyone else want to come on here? And it looks like we should be good. All right, we're going to, looks like, pointing out over here.
April and Reese.
All right, we'll get a couple more here. So they're going to come on here. We're going to take ourselves our last commercial break, and we'll be right back on the X's and O's Coaches Show here in a couple minutes.
At Quick Stop Lube and Tire, they are geared up to keep you on the road. Located at 627 Southwest Street in Piketon, they are your trusted auto repair shop for over 30 years of experience. Open 6 days a week, they proudly support Pike County schools in our community. From oil changes to alignments, new tires, and even mobile tire service, they've got you covered. Wherever you are, call 740-289-4268 or stop by Quick Stop Lube and Tire, where great service meets community pride.
The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Credit issues? No problem. Glockner Auto Credit will finance your future, not your past. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
Are you looking for a fresh look at a great price? Head over to Great Clips in Waverly. Whether you're ready for a special occasion or just need a trim, our expert stylists are ready to give you the perfect haircut. Fast, affordable, and always with a smile. No appointment? No problem. At Great Clips, walk-ins are always welcome. Plus, download our app to check in online and skip the wait. Great Clips wishes all county teams the best of luck this season. And remember, it's gonna be great.
At Hometown Chevrolet, they're proud to support local sports in our community. They call it Hometown Advantage. Not only are they cheering for your team, but they're offering unbeatable deals like free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile warranty on most vehicles in stock. Browse their new Chevrolet inventory and discover amazing discounts today at yourhometownchevy.com. Because at Hometown Chevrolet, it's all about hometown people, hometown prices. That's the Hometown Advantage. Come see them in Waverly right on U.S. Highway 23.
You're listening to the Pike County X's and O's Coaches Show, live from Cardo's Pizza in Waverly, right here on Hank FM 100.9 WXIZ, and brought to you by Cardo's Pizza of Waverly and Hometown Chevrolet.
And back here at Cardo's Pizza, we're going to be wrapping this up in just a few minutes, but we got a couple more Piketon Lady Red Streaks here with us. We're going to get straight to it. Of course, at the end here, we got April Johnson to get Reese right here in the center. April, of course, you're one of the seniors. We had some time talking to you during senior night. And overall, I mean, just how would you describe your senior year as a Piketon Red Streak? Any highlights for you? I mean, of course, one of the highest ranked teams in the SVC. Just overall a great year for you guys.
I thought we had a pretty great season. This is probably one of my greatest seasons that I've had in about 4 years because we're second in SVC. and I just really thought that we did really good this year.
Right, and of course, Reese, on top of that, anything you want to say just about this season?
I just thought it was really good. We always have fun and try to win.
And that is one of those things I've noticed with you guys. I mean, it does seem like it's a very fun environment with you guys. You guys try to keep it fun. I mean, it seems like you all at least tolerate one another, at least around Coach Taylor while he's present. You guys don't fight or bicker or anything. But either way, just you're a senior. You're a junior? Sophomore. So we're going to start with you first and foremost. Anything you're involved in high school, anything that you do, just like hobbies, anything you enjoy doing, just tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I also do volleyball and softball, and I'm in the Spanish club, and Drug Free Club, and Red Streaks for Christ.
So you're in the Red Streaks for Christ and the Drug Free Club we were talking about earlier. So you're part of both those organizations. Just overall, anything you've thought about maybe career-wise? I mean, you got a couple years to think, but anything?
I thought about going into teaching.
Teaching?
Yeah.
I mean, education, I mean, it pays well depending on where you go.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the bigger schools and institutes. So, I mean, just overall looking at that. And April, down here, talking about you, any colleges you've committed to so far or plan on going to? I believe, was it you that committed? Raya.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking about playing basketball.
You're still thinking about playing basketball for Rye Grant? Rye Grant has a good basketball program, boys and girls. And, of course, I know some of the coaches over there for Rye Grant. Great coaching staff, great crew over there at Rye Grant. Going from Red Streaks to Red Storm, not much different, just all the way down the opposite end of the highway. So, I mean, what major are you going in for at Rio?
Stenography.
Stenography. And, of course, tell us a little bit about that. That's a medical field?
Yeah, it's ultrasounds.
Ultrasound. All right, so that goes like pregnancy ultrasound, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So it'll be like ultrasound tech. So, okay, I was wondering a bit about that. Overall, of course, your senior year, talking about that. Again, we mentioned a moment ago with the SVC, but tell us a little bit about Coach Taylor, Coach Kelly, anything you want to say, anyone want to shout out and talk about working with them? We've been asking that question to everybody.
I don't.
I see what I'm saying, though. I keep putting on a quarter by asking them that.
Shout out to Olivia Farmer.
Olivia Farmer.
Yeah.
Shout out just because.
She's trying to make us laugh.
Just
With
because.
pictures.
Make us laugh. Yeah. Taking pictures, you guys going to be posting them anywhere?
She probably will.
Everywhere? All over the internet, huh? It's going to go everywhere. Going to be viral by the time this is over.
Yeah.
So, girls, just overall, anything you want to say? Anyone you want to shout out, either of you guys? Your family, friends, boyfriend, anybody?
Shout out Louie.
Who's Louie?
Yeah, Louie.
Louie?
Yeah.
All right, whoever Louie is, shout out to him. How about you, April? Louie, start Louie chance. Louie.
I guess just shout out to my family.
Your family.
Yep.
All right, so there's the girls for the Piketon Lady Red Streaks, and we've only got a few minutes left here. T-Fred, you got anything you want to say before we sign off?
Yeah, make sure you put this in there. Evan was the leading assist leader, 446.
446 assists for Evan Lay.
Dad, Scott, 381.
Scott had 381, his dad.
Third is Jason Lamerson at 300.
Jason Lamerson with 331. So what do you know? Pulling up some of the leaderboards here for assists. You learned something new. And we were talking about real quick with the Piketon boys. We're going to get to that before we sign off. The Piketon boys laid out a little bit differently. The first round in the quarterfinals, thank you, girls, of course, our better seed host, Waverly Downtown Gym. Trey, you want to come up, say anything before we sign off here? Waverly Downtown Gym following semifinals, district finals. Of course, will be held as they always are in the Convo. And OU, and of course, with Waverly boys, you guys are Division IV, and then instead of going to the Downtown Gym, you go to Southeastern High School instead of the Convo. And for the girls front, better seed gets the first round, and then Southeastern the following rounds after that. Kind of like it was for the girls, one win for us, and then we're straight to the Downtown Gym. Same for you guys, but for Southeastern High School. Got a minute? Again, talking about broadcasts coming up this week. Of course, tomorrow we go on the road, take on the Adena Warriors. Can't wait for that one. Me and Jared Vogelmore will have coverage of that one. T-Fred, do you guys have any games? Trey, you got any games tomorrow? Wheelersburg at the Downtown Gym, that's tomorrow night. So Waverly's got Wheelersburg at the Downtown Gym. Believe Eastern plays as well. So again, thank you to the girls for coming in. Thank you to Coach Jason Taylor. Thank you to T-Fred and Trey for hopping on here with me this evening. And just thank you to everybody listening on the stream, watching on the radio, taking part in tonight's edition of the X's and O's Coaches Show. So thank you, good night, and as I always say at the end of every broadcast, go Streaks.
Are you craving delicious pizza? Look no further than Cardo's Pizza of Waverly. With our convenient mobile app,